I believe. Ellering working on Gibson in the corner. Holds him for Hussein. And Robert tags right back to Rick. Coming up on 9 minutes of action. Nice backdrop from Rick. Step over, spinning leg, going for the arch. And there goes Robert. Now here comes Schultz and Condrey in. Ring the bell, the referee says. Outside interference. And Robert was going into that spinning leg lock with an arch, which he and Rick both used so beautifully. Schultz and Condrey hit the ring, and now it's 4 on 2. Really 3 because Hussein's knee having been messed up. Here comes Handsome Jimmy and the superstar. They change the odds just a little right here.
Oh!
Ring ball. Whoa. Gibson, Schultz, Condrey, Ellering, Hussein, Handsome Jimmy, Superstar all in there. The referee, Tommy Marlin, totally helpless with it. Jimmy Hart on the outside saying, let's get out of here. Now he's got one of his members behind. Oh, look, they busted open Rick Gibson again. He came in there bandaged, and he ended up in trouble in that first fall. But it's going to be a victory day because referee Tommy Marlin called for the bell and a disqualification because of interference of Schultz and Condrey, who jumped in on behalf of Ellering and Hussein. Robert was just going into a pinhole with that spinning leg lock with the arch on it, and Schultz and Condrey, bang, nailed into it hard.
Also a hole where Robert could have gotten hurt there because it's difficult to get the legs untangled once you get that hold on somebody. And he was smacked by Schultz, so fortunately he didn't damage his leg there.
Yeah, he was just beginning to go into the arch on that kind of a situation. There was a deal where I know that the audience loves to see that free-for-all when you got 8 guys going in there, but it also is dangerous. Hussein had his leg hurt because of the spinning leg lock, and he was kind of out of it most of the time. They got him involved, though. His one of them went over and grabbed a hold of him and got him involved completely. But the end result is that it is only one fall, and time permitting, there will be others, as a matter of fact, on an expiration of time. It will go down in how long, Dave?
Time on it was 9 minutes, 10 seconds with the disqualification.
Disqualification.
Right.
So regardless of how it came about, I think with the leg lock and the arch that Robert would have gotten himself a fall anyhow. So I don't think it was something that where they were lucky to have interference on the other side because they won the fall. No, I think they would have had the fall in any event because of the maneuver between it. Continuing bad blood between Schultz and Condrey and the Gibsons, and they intervened at a point where I guess from the standpoint of Ellering and Hussein, it really didn't make a whole lot of difference in losing the first fall, as we said, because I think Robert probably had it there. We're going to take time out. We'll be back with more wrestling action for you right after we check the clock. Don't go away. Still some action on Championship Wrestling. We'll be back to it right here in Wave Country in just a moment. Again, tonight, Madisonville, Kentucky, big card. Tuesday night, Louisville Gardens. Gracious, what a night of action. Dundee and King, for instance. Schultz and Condrey against the Gibsons. Southern Tag Team Championship match when Lucas and Robinson defend against Ellering and Hussein with Jimmy Hart. Well, you guys are all going to be involved in lots of action, as well as the Southern Heavyweight title, Jim.
This is the happiest night in our lives, man. The happiest night in our lives. Let me ask you something. Why do you think the Louisville Cardinals are winners? Because I am the man with a plan, baby. I'm the one that tells them how to win. United States hockey team, why did they win the gold medals? Because I'm the man with a plan. And Tuesday night, Paul the King Ellering, Ali Hussein are going to step into that round circle, baby, and take away the belts. from Lucas and Robinson. Take about a 30-second break, baby. Put a little perfume coming on, man, and coming back on against handsome Jimmy Valiant. And I'm going to be handcuffed to ringside.
Yes, you are.
Let me tell you, they don't call me Jimmy Houdini Hart for nothing, baby. Am I word? No. Tell him, Paul, baby. Woo!
Look at this, Lance Russell. What do these suspenders say?
It says Superman.
That's right. Is it a plane?
No.
Is it a train?
Heck no.
It's Paul Superman Ellering. That's right. It's Paul Superman Ellering. And my manager, Jimmy Hart, don't write no checks this body can't cash. We're going to come through. We're going to have all the belts. What are we going to do with all these belts, Jimmy? They're going to cover my body.
All over, baby. We'll work something
We
out,
don't want them
baby.
to cover my body. Remember this. Remember this. The body's going to come through. Ken Lucas, you're now Ken Mucus. Puke Robinson, you're both ugly. You're both fat. I'm beautiful and I'm pretty. Jimmy Valiant, Disco Duck, you're going to go down and we're going to beat you like the dog that you are.
It'll all be happening Tuesday night right there in the Louisville Gardens. Don't you dare miss it.
A check of the time. The battle is over with, so the Gibsons are going to win it without having to go back in there. It's probably a pretty good thing for Rick, too, because he, in that whole big schmoz that took place in there, he got his head busted open again, and doesn't look... How about a recap?
Yeah,
today?
okay. In the opening match, Schultz and Condrey won as expected, but they had quite a battle from Jerry Bryan and Rick Morton. Then it was Jimmy Valiant and Steve Regal winning in 2:47 over Buddy Wayne and David Oswald. And the Gibsons, Rick and Robert, win it by disqualification over Paul Ellering, Ali Hussein, and Jimmy Hart. As Schultz and Condrey interfered, referee said, ring the bell, stop it. That's it. Gibsons win it with that one fall.
We rang the bell and stopped it. The Gibsons are the victors in that particular one in there. We hope maybe you'll make it a point to be back with us for our championship wrestling next week. We'll have some more of the roughest, toughest wrestling action that you will see anywhere. Make your plans. Bring a friend. Be sure and tell them about it. We'll be looking for you. For Dave Brown, this is Lance Russell. Looking for you next week on Championship Wrestling. Bye-bye, everybody.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the Jarrett Welch Wrestling Company.